For today's video, I want to go over 4 things that you should never do should you find yourself a victim of road rage. Now, I'm sure we have all experienced road rage to some extent. I have no doubt that most of you have even engaged in road rage to some extent. The point I want to get across with this video is just understanding how dangerous road rage can be. And I've seen a variety of videos online. I feel like every time I open the internet or open my phone, I'm seeing a new video of road rage, and they're all over the place with what happens. Some are extremely minor. People are just flipping each other off or screaming at each other. Some start getting a little bit more physical where people are now getting out of the vehicles. Maybe they're banging on the driver's side door. Maybe they're jumping on top of the hood. And then some get pretty extreme where people are now getting weapons involved. They're throwing axes at windshields or they're firing off guns as you drive off. So you never know what you're going to get in your road rage incident, which just further emphasizes how dangerous they can be. So the first thing that we never want to do if you find yourself a victim of road rage is do not let your emotions take over. I need to stay as calm as possible so that I can make smart decisions. If I give in to my emotions, if I allow my anger to take over, if I allow my fear or stress to take over, all I'm going to do is make things 10 times worse. What I need you to remember is that it is nothing personal. It is nothing against you personally. Whatever is pissing this person off is 100% on them, and they are just taking it out on you. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they have stuff going on. Maybe they're just an angry person in general, and they had a short temper that day. And because you were driving too slow, or you veered into their lane, or you cut them off and didn't even realize it, you set them off, and now they're taking that anger out on you. But it's not personal. And if we let it get personal, then we are going to make rash decisions that we are most likely going to regret later on. Number 2, I never want to engage or retaliate. Now, let's just say, for example, that this person has driven up next to you and you can feel them just staring at you from their vehicle. The last thing I want to do is turn to them, start swearing at them, start screaming at them, flip them off, whatever the case is, because all that's going to do is, again, make things worse. I need to stay calm. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to brake check them. I'm not going to swerve into them. I'm not going to cut them off. If moving over a lane and allowing them to pass me is what solves the problem, then that's what I'm going to do. If they pull up next to me and I can just wave my hand and apologize or turn to them and say like, hey, I'm sorry or my bad, again, there's a good chance that that will resolve the problem and they're going to take off. But they're almost looking for a reaction out of you. And if I give them that reaction, if I give them the satisfaction of that and I give into my emotions and I start engaging and retaliating, again, now we're just going to go back and forth because I have no doubt that if you brake check them or if you cut them off now purposely, they're going to do it right back. You're going to retaliate again, and it's just going to go back and forth until one of you gets hurt or you cause an accident on the road. So stay calm, focus on what you need to do, focus on the driving, and be polite with that person. Even if they are 100% in the wrong, apologize, wave them off, and carry on with your day. Number 3, and probably one of the bigger ones, do not exit your vehicle under any circumstances. Keep the doors locked and keep the windows rolled up. You're protected inside your car. Even if they come up and they start just damaging the shit out of your car, they're bashing it with a baseball bat, they're jumping on top of the hood, no reason to exit unless you absolutely have to. If they smash open your window and now they're reaching in and grabbing you, like, yeah, that's a time to start fighting back. It still doesn't mean I need to exit the vehicle. Maybe I just fight them back and then drive off. But I'm not going to exit the vehicle just because they kicked out my headlight or they smashed up my hood a little bit. I'm going to stay protected and I'm going to start documenting the information. But if I get out of the vehicle, I'm putting myself at major risk because if this person was already agitated enough to run me off the road or brake check me or whatever the case is, there's no telling what this person is willing to do once we actually get out of the vehicles and now we're going hand to hand with one another. Now, if you watch a lot of road rage videos like I do, you'll see that when people start engaging in fights outside of vehicles, there's usually weapons involved, whether it's a firearm, baseball bats, poles, whatever the case is. People just start grabbing what's in their car and they just start going to town on one another. I don't want that. And if something happens to me and I'm with my wife and kids, right? I'm a new dad. I got a son. If I get out of the car to start fighting with someone just because I give into my emotions and something happens to me, now my son's left alone in the vehicle and I'm putting him at risk. So again, it's stupid of you if you decide to engage. Don't give into it. Remain in your vehicle, stay protected inside your vehicle, and carry on from there. You could take this one step further by ensuring that you give yourself enough room to drive your vehicle off. So if they cut you off, if they stop somewhere, or if they stop in front of you abruptly, give yourself enough room to where I could work off onto either side. Maybe I have to drive through a ditch or drive over a median, whatever the case is. But just remember this, you can replace your car. That's a lot better than replacing a life. I can take damage to the car. I don't want to take damage to my body. Last but not least, if you have to stop, if I have to stop my car because I feel there's damage to it, or let's just say I'm really fired up with emotions and I just need to calm down, my adrenaline's pumping and I'm just terrified right now, do not stop in an isolated area, especially if you have reason to believe that this person is still kind of following you a little bit. I do not want to stop in an isolated area. I want to continue driving until I'm in a public setting, maybe at a police station, maybe at like a Walmart center where there's going to be other people around, it's well lit, Once I know I'm in a safe area, then I can stop the car, then I can pull over, but I'm not trying to do it on the middle of the highway. I'm not trying to do it somewhere that I'm not familiar with. I want to, at the end of the day, keep myself and my family protected. So I'm going to ensure that if I do need to stop and pull over for whatever reason, I'm going to do it when I feel safe to do so. So with all that being said, what are some things that we should be doing during a road rage encounter? Obviously, we want to stay controlled, we want to stay calm, and the more calm that we're able to be, the better decisions that we're able to make. So first things first, if you feel the need to, call 911. Explain to them what's going on, give them the details, give them the description of the individual or individuals involved, the car, all those details, and just document everything. Take pictures and videos safely, right? I understand that you might be driving, but document as much as you possibly can. This is a great opportunity to bring up the fact that you should have dash cams in your vehicle, because that will capture everything for you. So if you don't have a dash cam in your vehicle, I highly recommend you get one, both for the front and the rear side of your vehicle. But again, I want to document everything as much as possible. I know I touched upon this one briefly, but I need to make sure that I'm always leaving myself room to drive off. So again, if I find myself being targeted by another vehicle for whatever reason and they're brake checking me, I want to make sure that I'm always giving myself enough space to drive around them. Even again, if I have to drive into a ditch, over a median, onto a curb, whatever the case is, I want to leave myself room that I can safely exit with my vehicle to keep myself safe and get out of there. I think the best thing that you can do in any road rage situation is to just not take it personally, because again, the moment your emotions get involved, everything else is going to spiral out of control. So to sum everything up, if you find yourself a victim of road rage, stay calm, think clearly, don't give in to your emotions, and understand that it's not personal. Do not engage or retaliate under any circumstances. Don't flip them off, don't brake check them, continue driving, move over, do whatever you need to do to allow the person to pass and move on. Do not exit your vehicle. Keep the doors locked, stay inside your vehicle, keep the windows rolled up. There is no reason for you to get outside of your car. There's no reason for you to get hands-on with this person unless that is your absolute only option. And last but not least, always make sure that you drive to a safe, public, and well-lit area if you ever need to stop and pull over for whatever reason, whether that's damage to my vehicle, whether that's I'm seeking help, or I simply just need to calm down from the stress of that situation. Now, I hope you took something away from this video that you can find useful for yourself. I would love, if you have been in a road rage situation before, to let me know down in the comments how you handle that situation to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Until next time, stay safe.